Y'all, I'm Jay, about to check out 12 forgotten stolen WWE finishers. This video is by WrestleMania. It was a lot of stolen finishers in WWE, but we about to hop into this video and see what WrestleMania has on this list. I know a lot of wrestlers back in the day were famous for stealing finishers, like Stone Cold and The Rock used to always steal each other's finishers back in the day. But we about to see the forgotten stolen finishers. Let's go.
One of the ways a wrestler can add insult to injury is by delivering their opponent's finishing move.
Yeah.
This has been executed a number of times
Hella
throughout
disrespectful.
WWE history, and it always receives a major ovation from the audience. For a finisher stealing spot to work, it should have some meaning behind it. It should predominantly be used when two wrestlers in question are arch rivals. There have been some common ones, including Seth Rollins, including The Rock's pedigree and Randy Orton's AA, but these are some of the more obscure ones. So join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 forgotten, insane, stolen finishes in WWE.
Number 12. Is it 12 or 10?
Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, WrestleMania Shorts. Number 12, Jeff Hardy, the People's Elbow. During The Rock's final,
There was actually both of their last matches on Raw. 2003 before Jeff came back in 06. And The Rock would retire.
Incredible matches, and it was clear that this was The Rock's way of giving back. During The Rock's match with Jeff Hardy, Hardy would deliver his own version of the People's Elbow. The fact that The Rock allowed a wrestler to mock his move in such a comedic manner was awesome, and it was certainly one of the more forgotten instances of a wrestler stealing their opponent's finishes in WWE. Number 11, The Miz running knee. One of the feuds that fans wanted to see when Daniel Bryan came out of retirement in 2018 was a feud between himself and The Miz. The two had an infamous exchange on Talking Smack back in 2016.
I remember watching that episode of Talking Smack, and The Miz just chewed Daniel Bryan's ass out.
In 2018, as disappointing, it did create some noteworthy moments, most notably during their match at the Super Showdown pay-per-view. During the match, Miz decided to embrace Bryan by delivering his own version of Bryan's running knee. This was interesting because Miz had adopted Bryan's yes kicks years prior to their 2008.
Miz actually still does that to this day.
Showing no shame in stealing another one of Bryan's trademark moves. Number 10, Logan Paul, the Curb Stomp. The 2023 Elimination Chamber event received
that Elimination Chamber match right there for the US title was incredible, boy.
The best chamber matchup in a number of years.
Yeah,
One of the
I agree.
highlights of the match saw YouTuber turned WWE superstar Logan Paul enter the chamber match and deliver a curb stomp to Seth Rollins. This came as a complete surprise to the audience, and it was a fantastic way to further the storyline between the two heading into WrestleMania 39. Number 9, Brock Lesnar, Rock Bottom.
SummerSlam 2002.
2002 saw a true changing of the
One of my
guard as
favorite
Brock Lesnar
SummerSlams.
The Rock to become WWE Champion. The moment itself is often discussed when showcasing Lesnar's career, but fans often forgot how tremendous the match itself ended up being. Lesnar was presented incredibly well during the match, and The Rock did everything he could to make Lesnar appear as the next big thing in the company. One of the most notorious spots in the match saw Lesnar deliver a picture-perfect rock bottom to The Rock. This spot has been done a number
I like
of
when they
times
both
during
did a
The
kip
Rock's
up in their
WWE
match.
tenure, with names such as John Cena, Hulk Hogan, and even
Stone Cold.
Steve Austin all stealing the rock bottom, but Lesnar's version was
Kurt Angle
without
did it
doubt
too.
the best. Number 8, Rey Mysterio, Twist of Fate. The SmackDown between 2002 to 2003 was red hot.
It was.
WWE created a product which was universally loved by the fans, and one of the standout feuds during this time was between Rey Mysterio and Matt Hardy. The two had excellent chemistry in the ring, and their matches seemed to get better and better. One time during one of their matches,
Matt should have got a bigger
Mysterio
push.
decided to mock Hardy in the most hilarious way possible by delivering a twist of fate.
That was beautiful as
What
hell.
made this so iconic was that Mysterio's version of the move was delivered so well that Mysterio could have easily adopted it as a finishing move of his own.
That was beautiful.
7, John Cena, Chokeslam. Fans finally got to see John Cena and The Undertaker collide at WrestleMania in 2018, and the feud between the two predominantly revolved around
That
Cena
match was a little
mocking
too
The
late.
Undertaker via scathing heelish promos.
It should have happened back in the day.
The storyline eventually incorporated The Undertaker's half-brother Kane, which was a smart decision, as The Undertaker would be absent for 100% of the build, so Cena needed a foil to make his TV appearances worthwhile. During a match between Cena and Kane on Raw, Cena performed a devastating chokeslam on Kane. This was done to
devastating
both The Undertaker and Kane, and perhaps to silence doubters who stated that Cena had a limited moveset. Number 6, AJ Styles, RKO. In 2020, WWE booked a feud between AJ Styles and Randy Orton. The idea of the feud was that both would attempt to one-up each other in matches, and this storyline created some fantastic moments, such as the time Orton delivered a Styles Clash on AJ Styles. But during the rivalry, AJ would have a match with the talented Akira Tozawa on Raw, and instead of finishing Tozawa off with one of his finishes, AJ decided to use an RKO to win the match. It's a shame that AJ and Orton's 2020 feud never led to anything substantial on pay-per-view, as this feud was incredibly entertaining and fans were loving the story that WWE were telling with two of their
This had to be early 2020.
Number 5, Drew McIntyre, Angle Slam. Kurt Angle's final run in WWE was a mixed bag. Whilst it was great to see one of the all-time greats back in WWE, his in-ring work had regressed quite dramatically.
Kurt Angle is a former shell of himself.
Weren't exactly the best.
Too many injuries.
Whilst Angle was limited in the
ruined his body.
He did everything in his power to put as many people over as possible, and one of the wrestlers that Angle put over was Drew McIntyre. Angle and McIntyre wrestled on Raw in 2018, and during the match, Angle would sell with conviction and meaning, and McIntyre came out of the match looking like a huge star. McIntyre would even deliver an Angle Slam to Angle, which added insult to injury, but ultimately
they had matches in TNA back in 2015-16.
Number 4, Seth Rollins, AA. The February 19th, 2018 edition of Raw was focused on Seth Rollins. Rollins competed in a gauntlet match with the fellow competitors in the upcoming Elimination Chamber, and Rollins' unbelievable performance stole the show. During his gauntlet match with John Cena, Rollins decided to perform Cena's own finishing move, the AA, to the sheer delight of the audience.
I thought he'd been hit him with an AA before, like at a SummerSlam match.
Chemistry in the ring. The match was yet another instance of the two delivering an absolute clinic.
I remember he broke his nose too.
RKO. Edge's first feud back after coming out of retirement in 2020 was with Randy Orton. This was a sensible choice.
Former tag team partner. I hated both of them guys back in the day. I hated both Randy Orton and Edge with a passion.
The feud between the two was very much considered to be
I could not stand Randy Orton or Edge back then.
Orton in a segment of Raw, Edge decided to take a page out of Orton's playbook. During their segment on the March 9th, 2020 edition of Raw, Edge hit an RKO out of nowhere on Orton. The crowd truly loved this segment, and it was great to see Edge once again
right before the pandemic happened
for WWE fans. Number 2, Kurt Angle, F5. On the road to Kurt Angle's main event match with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 19, Angle would attempt to get in Lesnar's head ahead of the huge showdown. One of the ways Angle did this was by using Lesnar's F5 finishing move. During a match with Brian Kendrick on SmackDown, Angle would use an F5 on Kendrick, and it was strange to see Angle use a move of this nature. Nevertheless, this was a great idea from WWE Creative, as it certainly elevated Angle and Lesnar's feud. This wouldn't be the only time in WWE history that the F5 had been stolen, as at one stage, Big Show used the move in 2004, and Matt Morgan also adopted the move as a signature move a year later in 2005. And number 1, Sami Zayn, the Spear.
This was recently.
In terms of successful storylines in WWE, the Bloodline and Sami Zayn storyline was truly one of the greatest storylines of the modern era. Zayn's work in the storyline was magnificent, and by the time he decided to drift away from the Bloodline in early 2023,
that right there was epic.
By the audience. Zayn would eventually collide with Roman Reigns at the Elimination Chamber event, and the road to this main event
that match was good, but the storyline afterwards, the match was over, was perfect. Perfect storytelling.
The arena erupted with applause. There were even some calls that Zayn should have walked in WrestleMania 39 as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, but WWE decided to go in a different direction. Zayn would eventually get his happy ending, and he and Kevin Owens would team together in the main event at Night 1 of WrestleMania 39 to capture the undisputed tag team titles. But there you have it, folks. 12 forgotten insane stolen finishes in WWE.
Alright, y'all, great video, man. Let me know down below in the comments of what y'all thought of my reaction to this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'm out. Peace.